project for the moment is my brother went to Death Valley while I was in South America, and he experienced a lot of wind just like I did, and he bought him this chest. I'm going to try to fix it. It works out really well because my tent of over, well over 20 years is just, it's falling apart. So there's some bigger holes in here somewhere. There's a lot of them. If I can repair that, then I have a brand new Northface tent. It's only been used several times. This is cool. Not cool for him, but he said if I fix it, I can have it. Sorry, I could have edited that out, but I'm not. Alright, I got some work to do. Can still hear the church bells over my SOD, unfortunately. I guess church bells are alright. It's not even Sunday. They're interrupting my songs. So this is the Homestead Domey 3 that my brother purchased. It is very roomy in here, that's for sure. So the poles got bent from the wind. He was actually worried that he might get swept away, and I feel his pain because I felt the same in Patagonia a couple weeks ago. Windiest place I've ever been. He was in Death Valley, which I'd like to go to one day. But it looks like there's no damage to the netting. It's got a lot of desert dust in it. So I'm going to clean this up. And I'm going to put a product called Tough Tape on. And I will do a little video afterwards, before and after, and we'll see if this tent is salvageable. It's not a bad looking tent. It's hard to like gauge. There you go. The Domey 3. Pretty simple setup. I don't know what the weight is. It's not a pro tent. Very good for keeping your camera equipment in and maybe doing a music fest in. Yeah. Let's go get some Tough Tape. Pre-menstrual princess blouse. Pre-menstrual princess blouse. Pre-menstrual princess blouse. Pre-menstrual princess blouse. For cleaner, see how dirty it is. If you're gonna put this tape on, you gotta make sure it's a clean surface. I'm just using this sprayway glass cleaner. You don't want to use anything with any kind of oils in it. I wouldn't even use a degreaser if you're gonna do this type of stuff. This has like no residue. That's what I use for my framing. Alright, that was as clean as I could get it. So what you want to do when you put this stuff on is double it up. I'm probably going to have to get some more because this thing is trashed. It's almost, I don't know, maybe not salvageable. But I got some old air mattress, not air, ground mat, air ground mat patch thing in here that I could probably throw in there as well on the real heavy part. It's like right here. That one's real bad. If you don't stop stuff like this soon, it will just continue to rip. I mean, it's good material, but they don't make it ripstop like they do military stuff. Alright, I'm gonna apply that now. Alright, I used 3 packages of that tough tape. I might have another patch or 2 in the car, but a lot of micro holes. I keep discovering one every few minutes. It's gonna take a lot more patches. The question is it worth it? Because they're not cheap. But compared to buying a new tent, I mean, I'm just guessing, probably $300. So if I invest $30 into a new tent, is it worth it? Maybe. So it's been a couple days. I tried to get some more tough tape, but they're all sold out. You can see where I got patches going on here. There's a lot more to do. So I got this Gorilla Tape, crystal clear. I'm going to cut the edges into round parts. You don't want corners because they peel. But I'm going to see what I can do with this, and then I'm going to wait another day or so. And then I'm going to flip it over and do the bottom on the really rough parts. You can see there's still like holes there. So we'll see how it goes. So now I flipped it. I'm gonna let this dry a little bit in the sun, and then I'm going to put some more of this Gorilla Tape right here on this big hole, and see if this thing can be salvaged, because I'll use it out in the woods when I've been building a shack, chicken shack I call it. Basically it's a cabin. I'm seeing more holes in here too. There's so many of them. I won't be doing any serious camping in this, that's for sure. But it's a free tent, and when I loan stuff out, you know, they can use this if they want. Like I said, my other tent is very old, and mosquito netting has holes patched all over it, and it tends to leak even with waterproofing. But we'll see how this goes. So this is Eclipse Day, or tomorrow's Eclipse Day. This is the precursor to it. I don't see people line the streets like we were told, but then again, we're 3.5 blocks south of the lake, not near it, not at it, where most people think they're gonna get the best sighting. But I just go on my roof. I got a flat part up there I built, and I sleep up there sometimes. I call it the spaceship. But I'm gonna have multiple cameras set up in the back, and I won't have a barbecue until afterwards, because I don't want the smoke to interfere with my shot. Yeah, we're gonna save the Northface Homestead Domey 3 that was trashed in Death Valley when my brother was there a couple weeks ago. You wouldn't think Death Valley has a bunch of wind, but apparently it does. I haven't been there since I was a kid, and don't really know anything about it, but I'd like to go one day. I'd like to go a lot of places one day. Alright, it's the day after the eclipse. So I slept in. This is the tent, the bottom of it. Still working on it. You can see the holes. This is a good way to see the tiny micro holes. If this should ever happen to you, which I don't know if it ever will, but Once again, I'm using this glass cleaner to clean it. Doesn't leave any residue. I actually found that in Walmart parking lot years ago. I still have it. So I just mowed the grass, and we're gonna try to get this thing done today. The reason I've left it out for so long, it's been like 4 days now or something, is I want that tape to settle flat against it. I don't want it to be crinkled up and rolled up. So I'll leave this set up for a couple more days after I do this finishing touch. We'll see how it goes. So this is a piece of polyurethane plastic. I'm going to use that as a ground mat for the newly fixed, so to speak. So I finished drying this piece of polyurethane plastic. I don't know if it's polyurethane. I'm just using big words to look smart. This was for somebody's weed crop, and it was too short, so I inherited it. So I'm going to put it under here. I'm growing new grass and stuff here. I've been building up with lake rocks and putting black gold over top because we like to camp right here, because in the summertime this is all leaves and it's shaded. You can sleep a little bit later. And a lot of times we sleep up on the roof. I built a thing that comes out of the chimney. It folds in and it's painted the same color as the chimney, and we call it the spaceship. But we got a slight roof slant, so that levels it out. You don't end up with your feet all bunched up at the end of the chimney. Anyways, I taped all this up. On the bottom, all these micro holes, which I'm sure I missed some. This tent, even though it had a footprint, this is what you call a footprint, which protects the bottom of it. Even with the footprint, it shredded that tent in the Death Valley windstorm that my brother was succumbed to. So I'm going to sit up here. I'm going to sleep tonight. It's supposed to rain. Might not. Doesn't matter. We'll see if anything gets wet. Beautiful day today. It's like 7 o'clock. Sun's going down. Why not sleep outside? I like the rain. I like the sound of the rain on the tent. It actually helps me sleep, and I didn't sleep very well last night. Let's do it. Alright, it's been raining for like 2 days. Got a little bit of water in there. I was going to sleep out here, but I didn't get to it. See if I can get this zipped up fast enough. I kind of contaminated it. That's from opening the door. It looks to me that it's pretty dry. Yep. I don't see any water. It's funny how we say water up here, up north. Water. We say milk instead of milk. It looks like it's pretty good. Salvage the tent. Maybe I'll sleep in it tonight. I like sleeping in the rain. all this is dry. I guess that brings an end to the saga of the Northface Homestead Domey 3 and repairing. Yeah, this is what happens when you use candles when you're camping. You end up melting a hole in your sleeping bag. I've had that sleeping bag since the 90s. I use it for summertime and for not so extensive hikes or adventures. Oh, I hurt my hip yesterday, so getting old sucks. Yeah, I kept my rain fly underneath. The water got in. Plenty of water pooled up top. I should have brought this in before the rain, but that's just what happens when you're mega busy. I wonder if they recycle these. Alright, I guess I'll post this. How to save a tent. A brand new tent. It's been ravaged by a Death Valley wind.